A woman by the name of Tanya wakes up and realizes she is tied up to a bed. She screams for help, but at this moment, a masked man comes to her with a knife. She begs him not to hurt her. He goes for her. We then hear cut. It was a movie they were filming. The actor who almost hit her because of a prop malfunction gets mad at the production. The director apologizes and they all go on break. During the break, Tanya's publicist she is going viral for a photo of medicine she has posted, but she tells her to delete it as she never posted it. At this moment, her manager comes and says someone stole her identity, so they froze all her bank accounts. Moments later, the filming of the scene comes back and it's a wrap on the movie. That same night, Tanya relaxes with her lover Adam. An unknown number then texts her to look into Adam's phone because he is hiding something. She then asks him to go get some wine. He does and she looks through his phone. Tanya is in disbelief, he was cheating on her. She immediately tells him to get out of her house. He tries to explain himself but she doesn't care. By the time he leaves, medias are already all over her house. Tanya wonders who alerted them. Moments later, the unknown number finally calls her. He tells her to fix her past, she immediately hangs up. Later that night, Tanya gets out of her shower when she realizes a heart is drawn on her mirror. She gets petrified and grabs a knife. She hears noises in the house. Someone is walking in the house, she hides. She then runs outside and drives away. She immediately goes to her sister Latoya. Latoya welcomes her in but is not happy. Tanya hasn't visited her in 12 years. Moments later, Tanya looks over the window and thinks she saw someone. Latoya, thinking it's the kids of the neighborhood, goes ready to tackle if there is someone. At this moment, Damon shows up. He is Tanya's old boyfriend. She screams at him hoping it wasn't him the stalker. But he doesn't know what she is talking about. They get situated inside. Tanya asks him if he is still mad she left. Damon tells her he got over. At this moment, someone knocks on her door. She opens and it's Marcus, an old friend, who is now a cop. Damon tells him they are good, so he leaves. Now it's Damon's time to leave. He invites for dinner the next day. The next day, Tanya receives a voicemail from the stalker, saying hi. She heads to visit Steven, who is one of her ex, that she was having an affair. He tells her it's not him, to go away as he doesn't want his wife to find out. She arrives to an old friend who takes care of her real daughter Kyla, to ask if Kyla's father, who is Steven, ever showed up. The friend says no. Minutes later, a man is trying to take pictures of her. Later that day, Latoya and Tanya are trying to figure out who is the stalker. Tanya then catch a dinner with Damon like planned at his house nearby. Both seem to reconnect the bond they had when they were younger. Tanya then realizes someone is trying to break into Latoya's house. She runs out and Latoya comes out saying it's Andre, one of her ex. The police is called and Marcus takes him away. Tanya then accepts Damon staying over on the couch just in case. Marcus then comes to her and wants to invite her out. But Tanya doesn't want to. So he tells her he still has some of her old photos that can ruin her career. He tells her to come to his house tomorrow. At this moment, Latoya calls Tanya inside, and they realize her house in Los Angeles is on fire. So Tanya goes to the police, but they suspect she maybe put her house on fire to get the insurance money. After it, as they drive back, Damon suggests it's better he stays on the couch again to keep an eye. Tanya then reveals to Latoya that she has a daughter, that she wasn't confident on becoming a mother. So Latoya gives her a plant to take care of to start, gradually so one day she can take care of her daughter. The night progresses and Damon keeps Tanya company. They end up spending the night together. The next day, Tanya wakes up to Damon cooking breakfast to her. She tries to tell him let's take things slow. She then wonders where is Latoya, but Damon tells her she left because she felt unsafe. Tanya finds it strange, especially that she left her own house. Later that day, Tanya hears some noise in the house. It looks like it's coming from inside the walls. So she breaks the walls and finds a secret room inside. It has the name Tanya on it. She also finds many photos of her, as well as a hole that shows her bedroom. Someone then walks in that room with black gloves. He starts chasing after her. Tanya runs outside and goes back in the house, just to find Damon with a scratch on him. He stopped the intruder who is laying down next to him. Tanya removes his mask and is shocked to discover it's Marcus. Police is called. They are sorry as Marcus was also a cop. Damon offers Tanya to stay at his house to be safe. As they ride back home, Tanya tells Damon she hasn't heard from LaToya, which is not like her. Damon comforts her, saying she will probably call soon. The next morning, she wakes up. When she goes downstairs, she realizes Damon has brought her daughter Kyla to stay at the house. Kyla, who doesn't know Tanya as her mother, says that she is familiar to her. Damon then reveals to her that Tanya is her mom. This shocks Tanya, who takes Damon aside for a talk. She wonders what is he doing. Damon tells her LaToya told her about Kyla before she left. Damon adds he has dreamed about this forever, our family together with our daughter. Tanya tells him that Kyla is not his daughter. But Damon is convinced she is his daughter too. Moments later, Tanya goes to have a talk with Kyla. Kyla is still in shock. Tanya confesses to her daughter that she felt she wasn't ready when she had her. Later that day, Damon takes Kyla to visit her new school. As soon as they leave, Tanya starts searching all over the house. At this moment, Riley, her publicist, comes by and brings her scripts for Tanya's new movies. She asks him about her new man, but Tanya feels something doesn't feel right. Riley suggests her to just leave, but Tanya reveals to her she can't because there is a child involved. Riley is shocked to learn Tanya has a child. Tanya then takes Riley to LaToya's house to compare LaToya's real writing with the note Damon said she left before leaving. She realizes it's not LaToya's writing, which means Damon lied. Riley wants to call the cops, but Tanya says not yet. She wants to go to the house next door where Damon was staying. They find a room with a lock and successfully break in. They then smell something horrible, so Tanya finally asks her to call the police. Once Tanya goes downstairs, she finds the body of that guy that we were shown stalking her once. Near it, she finds LaToya tied up. She tells Tanya that it was Damon who did this. At this moment, Damon arrives. He is disappointed in her. She then runs up the stairs, but he catches up to her. She kicks him and makes it to the living room where Riley is unconscious. Damon tries to finish Tanya, disappointed in her. But Tanya kicks him and runs upstairs to a room. She tries to escape by the window, but he breaks him, so she kicks him, but he kicks back, making her fall down the stairs. She is unconscious. Damon takes a second to regroup. And when he looks back, she is not downstairs anymore and the door is open. He immediately runs outside. He screams at her, "Run," like she does best. But she comes from behind him and stabs him, whispering to him, "I'm done running." She ends up finishing him. She then looks at Kyla, who luckily hasn't seen what just happened. Later that night, the police is called and everyone is treated. Tanya is holding her daughter in her arms. The movie ends with Tanya and her daughter living together with LaToya at her house.